Hey guys, we're back this week. We got the engine in the car. Pretty big progress, although dropping the engine in is relatively easy. There's only two motor mounts. One there, one there. And you just got to kind of wrestle the clutch together. Sometimes putting these together can be a little tricky. Just the angle that you come in with the engine doesn't like to mate up with the angle of the transmission that easily. But anyways, it's in. We have our diesel specific starter right there. It's a unit that I got from Europe. I got from Franz at Dutch Auto Parts. He also gave me a direct fit calic converter, flex pipe, downpipe assembly that's going to go on. This is our slightly modified intake. I had to chop a piece of metal off of here where the EGR cooler used to go on this AHU intake manifold in order to fit this manifold in place. EGR block off plate here and here, because we're not going to be running EGR because, well, we don't want to. But you can see now with this manifold, it hugs the same angle as this motor mount bracket. You would not be able to run the stock VNT 15 that came on an ALH Golfer Jet on this. It would just run straight into the manifold. Into the bracket, or you can make a custom bracket, but it's just not worth it because the parts do exist. This manifold cost me, I don't know, $50. And I'm going to show you the turbo that we're going to run. It is a VNT 17 that I also got from Franz, Dutch Auto Parts. It's freshly rebuilt, ready to go. So we'll bolt that up. These are oil supply lines. Is that one supply line, a drain line? I just got to figure out which one of these is going to fit the best. But for the supply line, you could just use a BHW supply line from like a 2004, 2005 Passat TDI. That should fit theoretically. I think that's what I used before a couple of years ago, the last time I did this. So another thing we did, we made a custom fuel filter bracket right here, since we need some place to put it. This is what I've done before. I just use the mounting points from the old vacuum accumulator reservoir thing that used to go here, and just bolt on a Mark IV fuel filter bracket. Came out nice. It's good because it sits here, it stays warm in the winter. Some heat from the engine kind of keeps it warm so your fuel doesn't gel up. I tried putting it over here on an earlier Passat TDI I did. It was fine, it was no problem, but I like it better over here. I think it's a better setup. And what else do we have going on? That's pretty much it. I think I did decide that I'm going to use a one of those dummy AC pulleys here. I should have enough room. I was thinking there was going to be something interfering with it, but I don't think there will be. There's nothing else over here really. So I'm going to do that. That way we can retain the original 6PK 1660 belt. So that'll be easy when you ever want to change a belt. None of the other parts are going to change. Everything's the same. Here you see we have the 1.8T power steering hose that we had to install. This will meet up with the power steering pump, no problem here. This is the supply line. It pretty much fits. I'm just going to bend this elbow a little bit to make a little bit smoother transition rather than being at this angle. That's easy stuff. A lot of this is just easy stuff. You just got to take a little time to change some minor details. Another thing that we're going to have to change is the coolant flange that goes back here. That was originally aluminum that had the glow plug heaters in it. Number one, those glow plug heaters are not going to be used because our ECU has no provisions for it. Our harness doesn't have provisions for it. That's okay. Personally, I think those things are useless anyways. They really don't do much. Not worth it. But what we are going to do is we're going to have to put on a plastic flange over here from either like a 2.0 Mark IV or maybe an ALH automatic. I just got to think about which way I want the hoses to go and what we need to meet up with. I just can't remember off the top of my head where everything goes. We're also going to have to modify this coolant hard pipe over here. It just comes way out here. It doesn't need to. I'm probably just going to cut it here. That way we can attach the hose to where it needs to go over here, which again, I have to double check to see the configuration of our cooling hoses. And that's mostly it. Thanks for checking in. Have a good one.